In this month's edition of Community Corner with People's Bank, we are talking about a very timely topic, and that is Earth Day. Here now with a segment sponsored by People's Bank is Matt Bannister, Senior Vice President of Corporate Responsibility, and Rebecca Sadlowski, owner of Rooted Flowers in Feeding Hills. Good morning to you both. Thanks for being on Mass Appeal.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Matt, I want to start with you. Why did People's Bank choose the partnership with Becky and her farm?
Well, People's Bank has a core value of the environment and sustainability, and so we do a lot of things like cleanup days, and we have EV charging stations at some of our locations. So green is very important to us, as well as supporting small businesses, and Becky and Rooted Flowers, they represent both. So they are a small business in the green business, and so it makes sense.
Fantastic. Now, Becky, you've brought a number of things here with you today. I don't know about any of them because I'm a brown thumb, I'm not a green thumb. So tell me about what you've brought with you.
So what I did before I left is I just did a walk about the garden and tried to find some color, and there are little bits of color popping out right now.
Already, even with these cooler temperatures, things are popping.
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, not where we should be. We're a few weeks behind, but I was able to find some tulips, different varieties here, hyacinth, and even some daffodils, and some leftover willow from Easter.
Very nice. So now what you can do is you can take some of the stuff that's already popped out of the ground and create arrangements for home, right?
That's right.
Now walk me through it. If I have some of these things growing at my garden right now, how do I convert it from being in the ground to being on my kitchen table?
So our niche is cut flowers. So we want length, where a lot of flowers outside might be bedding, so they might be a little too short. For instance, like this hyacinth, you might walk about your garden and see the green part up, which is a little too short for a vase arrangement. You need to also pull out the bulb. That's going to give you the length that you need for a jar arrangement like this.
Okay, so let me ask you, if you pull it, the whole thing out, bulb and all, do you cut the bulb off like that and then put the bulb back in the ground so it can grow, or is it dead after that?
It's done.
Okay.
It is done because you're not going to leave, you won't leave the stem so that the green, the foliage, will get the nutrients it needs from the sun.
Okay.
So you'll have to compost the bulb.
All right, so walk me through a little design.
So a little spring inspiration here for your tabletop, and that's exactly what we did with these tulips too. So we pulled them out of the ground. There was a bulb, we cut it, we cleaned it off. Little rule of thumb when you're arranging, if it's at your table, you don't want anything above your fist. So this is good.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
So you can still talk
now,
about
I love the way you've used a mason jar, and mason jars have the combo lid. It's the screw top with the plate, and you've taken the plate out, but the screw top is still there.
That's right.
Now, do you trim them on an angle for better water absorption?
We do. We trim them at a 45-degree angle, and that increases the surface area so that there's more for the flower to drink from.
Now, Matt, I have to imagine this is something you do every weekend, right?
I am a brown thumb as you are.
That's why she is here. She's the pro, right?
Another trick, too, if you're cutting, you could use your vase, the bottom of your vase, and then your stem, you can move up and down for the height of the arrangement. Okay. So where you might cut the bottom.
Good idea, good idea. I love the way you're putting this together so quickly. Now, if you don't want to do an arrangement, what is this you have in front of us in the old egg carton? So
something you can do now to get ready for your summer garden is start heat-loving seeds. So we started these in the greenhouse, and they've got a few days on them, a week some. The zinnias are a little more ahead, but zinnias here, sunflowers, and then marigolds.
Very cool, and I like the way you start them you're recycling. You're staying green,
to
Matt's point earlier.
That's right.
Staying green, recycling an old egg carton into seedlings that you can transplant into your garden, right?
What's available? I'm trying to keep it easy. So yeah, we had a leftover packet of eggs, and this is biodegradable, so.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Matt, let me ask you, what other things is People's Bank doing within the community, aside from working with Becky and her farm, to help not only the community on Earth Day, but the community year-round?
Well, we give away a number of grants to nonprofits throughout the year, and that's something that we pride ourselves on, and so a lot of nonprofits we're able to support. Specifically for Earth Day, which is tomorrow, we will be giving out plants and seeds at some of our locations in Connecticut and Massachusetts, including in Amherst and in Northampton as well. And so from 10 to 12 tomorrow morning, customers can stop by, or anyone can stop by and get some a free tomato plant, some free seeds, and some gardening kits for kids while supplies last.
And right there on your screen, you see all that information, some of the types of seeds you can get, and as Matt pointed out, while supplies last, because I'm sure it's going to be popular. Friday, April 22nd from 10 to noon at 2 People's Bank locations on Northampton Street in Holyoke and Amity Street in Amherst. Now, Becky, a quick question back to you. You're handing out tomatoes, tomato plants and seeds. Is now the time to plant tomato seeds and tomato plants? Or is it a little early?
I think it's a little too early.
Is it early?
Yeah.
What's the rule of thumb with tomatoes?
Sometimes we gamble a little bit, May 10th to May 15th, but wait after that.
Well, fantastic. Thank you both for being here. Matt, I always love the fact that People's Bank helps out the community. Well done for you guys and everyone there.
Thank you.
Thank you both. And for more information about People's Bank, you can visit bank@peoples.com. This segment was sponsored by People's Bank.